G'day, this is a Dragon Burrows Nerdsville. I've been watching this thing on YouTube, not to virtually obsession-y levels, if you want to put it that way, with Tamara. She was on the Black Nerds channel, and they were doing like 80's cartoon challenge, and it was just so amazing to think, like, wow, like some things that actually turned out better than others, like the better synopsises of the different cartoons and the cartoon titles. Well, I'm going to give it a shot. I've got on here on category, let's see, wikipedia.com/wiki/category 80's underscore American underscore animated underscore television underscore series. In other words, a list of 80's cartoons from a list of 80's United States TV show cartoons that weren't shown in my country of Australia. I'll be going in like in a random order. Let me see here. Ooh. There's so many to choose from. Okay, first one I would go for is Wolf Rock TV. I'm making a rule of this. I won't click onto the actual page to give the synopsis, but since I didn't see this one in Australia, Wolf Rock. Oh shoot, boy. Oh boy, I'm just so tempted to check it, the synopsis, but I said I wouldn't, so I'm keeping it the route true. I'm guessing Wolf Rock TV is something to do with how cool it is to look after like the native wolf population, or like, you know, Wolf Rock, you know, it's like, it just, to me it just sounds like, oh my goodness, we got to protect not only the lovable creatures of the forest, like the deer with Bambis and the rabbits with Thumper, but the wolves got to be protected as well. And with that, it rocks for you to think about the wolves instead of going out and hunting them. You got to it's like instead of going out with a gun and blowing them away, like that's an animated series, but to me it doesn't sound like an animated series. It sounds more like like there would have been some sort of TV host, and there would be like a council of kids, and them discussing on how cool it is to shoo away wolves if they're annoying you, or something along those lines. It just to me, like, it just sounds like that. It's like one. It sounds very environmentally based, and from what the Black Nerd and Tamara, like how they did the Kids Incorporated, which I now know is a live action singing TV show with cleaned up song lyrics and that. And that's what I think of it as well. Like, you got someone creative enough to rewrite this, like, pop culture songs like Girls Just Want to Have Fun. It could be, instead of saying girls, you could say wolves just want to have fun, without being poached and our furs going all over the world. You know, there's a bit of that. That's what I'm thinking of, like that Cyndi Lauper type thing. Oh man, it'll take too long for me to just go through the full concept of the show. Let me see. What's another good one here? Ooh, let me see. I already know about a pup named Scooby Doo, because they came over here to Australia. I'm going to take a stab at Hero High. Hero High to me sounds very, like, just hearing it, Hero and High. It's like a very rare 3 or 4 episode TV show where you had it's like a collaboration thing between Marvel and DC, who were at the time the best, like the top tier comic companies in the world, and for them to have like Bruce Wayne and Tony Stark being a part of this high school, along with Clark Kent, Diana Prince, Aurora Monroe from X-Men, Susan Storm, and especially the rest of the properties of, like, the hero side of properties when it comes to being these heroes. And since virtually everyone's been a good guy or a bad guy in both DC and in the Marvel universes, I do think that Hero High, you would have seen like a teenage Joker, like a very big whoopee cushion, pop underneath the seat of one of the teachers. The teacher comes down and like that roaring farting sound. Then they would have laughed, but yet Bruce Wayne would say, huh, if I was like be there scouring thing, if I was going to prank a lot better, and I wouldn't be caught because I wouldn't sign my name to the thing. As the Joker would have all of these pranks signed with like the piece of masking tape and the words Joker written on them. Like, so I'm proud of my pranking and that. Let me see, another one here. I got Camp Candy. That's just I Love Tomorrow's version. Let's see. Quite a number of these have come to Australia in like 1 or 2 episodes, and I'm just trying to find ones that okay, Maxie's World. Maxie's World to me sounds a bit like a preteen hosting a music television program. And since Maxie is like a gender neutral name, Maxie could be like a young girl, and she would interview massive pop stars at the time, like as I may mention, Cyndi Lauper. She could have interviewed who is popular at the time? Pat Benatar could have interviewed Madonna. Could have interviewed men like David Bowie, Sting, and toss in Phil Collins as well. But that's what I think Maxie's World was. But do a few songs here, interview, gossip, another music, and another music interview, and like the closing from an upstarting band, like a local regional band. As I see this show touring the United States, and they would get like these local bands to go up and talk, and like the local bands, they would close the show, and Maxie would say, "See you later, I'm Maxie, bye," and do the Japanese style peace sign, or that sort of thing. And yeah, that's what I think about what Maxie World is. So I've got the list of American animated TV shows from Wikipedia, but some of these don't to me sound very much. I'm just going for what I read and what I think of at the time. What I'm thinking of at this stage. Let me see here. Force 5, I would think it's more like an anime, though it is an anime TV show. I think Force 5 is like what later on Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue was. Like for me, it just has that ring of like you got these forces. You got this fire and rescue. You got demo like construction. It's virtually like saying like humanoid versions of what today's Paw Patrol is. But there are 5 of them. Just you got one fiery. You got one fireman who has a wicked exosuit. Like they get to the place. The fire marshal goes, "Alright, time to put out this fire." Boom. You got air support. I was. Yes, I am. I am going through the list of Paw Patrol things. I would think that the air one. She would fly around in a mini helicopter that transformed into a jet, and then you got two rescue persons, and another one would be more of a medic. Female pilot, female medic, and the rest like all blokes or all male characters. And that's how I see the like the cartoon is, like virtually like humanoid versions of what today's Paw Patrol is, and then but yet they have different vehicles to solve different problems. Like with the rescue ones, they have exosuits that can climb mountains, and the medic has her own helicopter, and that's all I can actually come up with at this stage. Let's stick in the same. Ring Raiders. It sounds to me like an adventure thing of archaeologists trying to find these rare and elusive rings that they're like good archaeologists and then like evil archaeologists, and they're trying to. Like the good archaeologists are trying to collect these rings, because when you collect all these rings, you can do a lot to protect people. Or if you're an evil side, when you collect all these rings, you can make the world into your. Especially like saying, if you collect all these rings, it's like virtually it's like it's partially a knockoff of the Marvel's Infinity Gauntlet. Like you got one ring that can do time. You got another ring that can do make you super strong. You got another one that has time control, super strength. Well, not time. Your time control. I can go backwards and forwards in time. Mind control, body control, and you got control of nature. You got like all these. You got these 5 rings for this hand, for one hand, and then you got like 5 rings for like another hand. The ring of wisdom, the ring of internal enhancement, or the ring of influence, a ring of like the other 2 rings have to do with like control and that, like control or some sort of thing to do with like that sort of situation. And when you collect all 10 rings, and with both sides there, they have like a priest. The evil ring raiders would have the priest of Serpentera, which is dedicated to make the world evil and nasty. But then on the good archaeologist side, they have like a priestess, Valkyrie, and it's like the Serpenterans versus the Valkyrian people, and which led throughout the centuries to like these modern day archaeologists who end up becoming ring raiders. That's what I got for. That's what I would think from that, since I have never seen that show. Let me see last. Let me see here. Okay. Okay, the last one I'm going to attempt with, the Biskitts. Since Americans and Australians / UK people have different definitions of the word biscuit, I think the Biskitts have to do with some sort of like Southern American food item. Like I keep hearing this. Like I listen. I'm a huge professional wrestling fan, and there's this theater called Festus and Jesse and Festus, and like one of the lines says, "Biscuits and gravy make me a man." I'm thinking, what you call a biscuit over here in Australia, we call it scone. It's like saying scones and gravy. I'm thinking, is this what it is? Like, it sounds to me like a Southern American kids cooking type show, and with the title being Biskitts, it's a crazy way of saying kids. Though it's spelled BISKITTS, double T. If you say biscuit, biscuits, biscuit. If you say it fast, it's like one of those tongue twisters. Biscuits, 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 biscuits. Like the double T sounds like the singular D. And that's what I think of it. It sounds very much like a Southern style show where these kids, it's like a precursor to Chop Jr., but instead of the kids losing the like the kids don't lose rounds, they like it goes from Alabama, goes through Florida, Alabama, Louisiana, Georgia, Texas, New Mexico, and Reno. It goes through different schools in that area, and the top kids that were able to, that are cooks in those different schools, like and I can just hear the Southern woman, like with me, my vocal cords are a bit shot. It's from doing all this heavy hitting wrestling joke, like all these wrestling voices. I could definitely hear like a female version of this voice going, "Why, little ones, today we have Betty Sue and we have Little Willie, and they're gonna cook for us in this West Texan high school." And give them a round of applause. Give them a round of applause. And that's what, and like the crowd, the crowd of that school, like the parents and the rest of the student body would go, "Yay, woo!" Little Willie and Bertha Faye or whatever, or Cindy Lou or something like that. And they get to cook these beautiful dishes, and it was just so amazing. Just from just thinking about it, it's just like one kid would say, "Oh, I'm doing my family's version of red-eye gravy and rice." A red-eye gravy is like a curry gravy type thing with coffee in there, and the kid goes, instead of pouring hot coffee into it, I've pounded coffee with all these spices, and I'm just making doing a rub in that. They put it into the oven for a bit, just to make a decent crust on these chunks of meat. And then go ahead and make the gravy and have another bit of coffee with different spices in that, and they make it all syrupy. They do a reduction, and on top of just normal white rice, pour the sauce over the top, and then you get these crusty. It's more roast meat, but then has that crunch of a southern fried food is put on top. Then another one would do more of a sweet, like the family recipe for a cake, and man, it's just oh boy, it's just so hard just reading it, just reading the titles of the TV shows without going to the synopsis. Boy. And Might as well throw this one into the ring. Picture pages. I see that more of like kids going on holidays and they send in different photos and different postcards from various holidays, and that's all I can think about this time. Yep, that's it, and I shall be seeing you guys later. Bye.